Alright, I wanted to create some new callouts for the bunker area since calling everything planter is a big area. It can encompass all this random stuff around the planters. And all we really had to go on before was back and front planter depending on your perspective. And then you have to get like super descriptive to call anything else out. So starting with along the fence, I'm going to call everything in this grassy area uh, along the fence, but behind the planters. This whole area I'm just going to call fence. So whether you're sitting here prone or you're anywhere else along here, you're crouched here, back here, all the way back here, this is all fence. I'm going to start by calling this extreme corner fence corner. And on each corner of the planter, I'm going to call far and close. So if I just call from the axis perspective back fence, they could be, anywhere around here. But if I call back fence close, they're most likely here. If I call back fence far, they're right here. Same thing with front fence close, they'd be in this corner, where front fence in general could be anywhere along this area right here, where this would be front fence far. Likewise, the middle portion we continue to call planters, the whole way through this whole middle area, all the way back and forth. So this would be back planter. This would be in back planter if someone's literally in it. This would be in between planters. This would be front planter, in front planter, and in front of front planter. You could also do the same thing with near front planter, far front planter, middle of planters, close back planter, and far back planter. Those would also work. And then this area right here in front of the planters, the walkway that you walk through to get in and out of bunker, I'm calling this whole area field. So likewise, this is backfield, although I'd probably call outside woodroom if they're here. But if I needed to be specific, say they were sitting here, I could say backfield far. I probably wouldn't call front field, backfield close, but just say outside wood for here. But backfield, middle field, front field. Someone might be sitting here at the front field far, or possibly at front field close. Over here, I'm going to call this bench corner if you're all the way back in the corner. And this is back bench. And this is front bench. And this is between benches. And this would be, well, you can't see there, but that would be, you could say on the corner of the entrance near the bench. Say something like that if they're right here. Back here, this is boxes. If the enemy's here, we can move over a little bit. So we have single box and double box. You can even say behind double box or behind single box. That would be more from an ally's perspective. But those are the new callouts I wanted to bring to attention. The main thing, you don't have to get too confusing with the close, near, far stuff. Just mostly call this whole area fence and the whole middle area planters and the whole top area field. Although you can still say outside wood for over here. And those are the callouts I wanted to bring to everyone's attention. From an ally's perspective, the axis will almost always be on the far side of the back planter. So we can call these back field, back planter, and back fence. Back field, back planter, back fence. And if they are moved up, you can say back fence close. But in general, they'll probably be in one of these three spots: back field, back planter, back fence close. If they're in front, this would be front planter and front fence close. Those are the most likely spots they would be camping. Front planter, front fence close, and that would be fence corner, and that would be prone spot near wall, prone spot near wood, prone spot left of support, and prone spot right of support. From an axis perspective, you would call this front fence close, front fence far, front planter, back fence far. This would be back fence close. I don't have a screenshot for it, but back fence close and back fence far, and back planter and back field.